Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys. We are back. Sorry we were off last week, but we're back with plenty to talk about. So let's just jump right into Checked Out. Micah, you watched Monkey Man.
Yeah. This is why I couldn't watch the Black on Black Cinema movie, because I wanted to watch this instead. And this is a good movie. It's a fun movie. It stars Dev Patel in his directorial debut. It's not a perfect movie, but it's a fun action movie. The comparisons to John Wick are out there. I get it. They even name check John Wick in the movie.
Oh wow, okay.
So here's the thing:
as a movie character, or as a person who exists in
as a movie character, like Dev Patel, it goes to an armorer and is like, "Hey, you ever see John Wick? See this gun? Just like the one in the movie." So,
right,
this one's from China, but and this is a good movie. It's a good first effort. A little too much shaky cam for me. Oh, okay. And I find it noticeable. Also, some of the edits in the fight scenes are a little noticeable, but if you don't watch movies a lot, you probably won't even notice them. But YouTube would probably notice very quick cuts, right? But fights are pretty much staged very well. Like I said, the only thing about them is shaky cam. Now, whenever I come to a movie like this, I want to see something that I've never seen before.
Sure.
And this movie does that, right?
All right.
Somebody in this movie gets stabbed, and the person doing the stabbing does it with no hands. So figure that out. But that's something that I've never seen in a movie before.
Okay.
And and this is very much like a liberal action movie.
What is
because that? like a progressive,
right? He's fighting for
movie.
Injustice, right?
Well, not really. He's fighting because a crooked cop
said he's fighting for injustice also.
He's fighting a crooked cop. He's fighting a crooked cop.
Go.
Okay, then how many tickets can I buy?
And in this movie, there is a squad of women who do some fighting, and the squad consists of cis and trans women. Wow, I've never seen that in a movie before.
Okay.
I've never seen that in a movie before. It's just fucking wild. It's fucking wild. So,
well, good for them. Look, put it all in there. I got a problem with that.
Yeah, man. And it deals with, the stuff that's kind of crazy and fucked up in America is like that all over the world, right? There are, very much left-leaning and very much right-leaning factions everywhere, and the bad guys are the far right in this movie. So it's a fun movie, man. It's a real fun movie. Dev Patel is the perfect example of if they're not putting you in stuff, make your own shit.
Do it yourself.
Yep, do it yourself. And he looks like a badass. He's got a Bruce Lee build, right? Yeah. Thin, but no body fat, right? He's kicking ass and taking names. He's also getting the shit kicked out of him a lot, but you can't hurt the moneymaker. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Everybody relax. If we could just punch below the neck, that'd be great.
Right. He ain't getting, if he gets hit in the face, still pristine, right? Come on. But it's a fun movie. And I recommend you go see it, particularly if you like violent action movies. It's also shot really well. Like, cinematography is very well done. Like, it really does convey, like, India is a place that is kind of like San Francisco in that the highs are high and the people at the bottom are at the bottom. Yeah. And you see it. And it's weird because it's like mingled. It's commingled, right? Like it's it's something. So
that's cool.
But yeah, it's a cool movie.
Does it feel uniquely Indian in that regard, or does it feel like you could take this action movie and throw it anywhere, or you could throw it into America and it would work the same?
It feels like it's the other way around. I think it's I don't want to say a bog standard action movie, but it's a standard action movie, right? Got a protagonist, no name, right? Okay. and he's out for revenge, right? But you know how Prey, that Predator movie, was just a Predator movie, but in a different time or in location. That's what this is.
Okay.
This is your standard revenge movie, but in a different location, and it makes it feel fresh. It makes it feel different because there are things that, you know, the culture of it just makes it feel fresh and new. And we need more stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and people need to be exposed to more stuff like that. You know, it can't all be fucking white guys killing other white guys, right? Like, get some Indian people to kill each other. It's 1 billion of them.
People kill some white guys.
Yeah, or that. That's
there you go. Kill some white guys.
There's plenty of them to go around. No, I'm very excited to see this movie. I like Dev Patel a lot. But I'm very interested to see like what elements, like what sort of Indian elements do they use and like really kind of put on a show for it. Because there's a scene in that trailer where there's a group. Maybe there's a group you're talking about. They're dressed in these like very traditional kind of wild outfits. I assume that's them, right? That you're talking about. And it's just not something that you see in one of these sort of box standard action movies. But like Michael Jai White said, action movies sell everywhere. They do. Like,
yeah, man.
It doesn't matter what. Look, the language of kicking and punching works for everybody. It's like you could grab a fucking Chinese action movie. You don't need subs or dubs. You're just like, put it in. Oh, this shit is dope. Like, that's it. You don't need. Who the fuck cares? Yeah. So all right, that works for me, man. I'm definitely excited to see it. You also watched the first episode of Fallout on Amazon, which I'm also.
I literally just finished it.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't realize.
Oh, you did too? Okay.
I didn't realize they dropped all of them.
Oh, it's the whole season?
It's the whole series.
Yes,
the whole season.
How many
8 episodes.
God damn it. I can't wait to watch this. Go ahead.
They're an hour long.
Go ahead.
That first episode was an hour 14 minutes. I was
wow.
God damn, it's kind of long.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. I was like, oh shit. Like, am I going to be done before we get ready? And then I remembered who I'm dealing with. Of course I'm going to be done before we get ready.
Nigga, I was on time. Fuck off. Well,
no, I wasn't.
Mostly, no. I knew. I didn't include you. I knew you were right. Yeah. Okay. What did you think?
Terrence, what did you think
of? They're doing it, man. Fucking video games to fucking television, knocking it out of the park. Dog. This first episode, I did not expect it to be as good as it is. It's very violent.
It's super violent, yo.
What the hell is guy? All right, they didn't shy away from any of the violence. The story seems to be very interesting. Well, I don't remember the story from Fallout 3. You were looking for your father, right? Were you looking for your dad in Fallout 3?
I know you were looking for him in Fallout 4. I know you were looking for him in Fallout 4.
Was 4 you? I thought that was your mom in 4. Either way,
I thought it was your dad, but either way,
yeah, maybe. So yeah, she's losing her
mind right now.
It's not the dad, you idiot.
Yeah, shit. You're looking for your brother in Fallout Vegas. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, she's looking for her father. But the thing they do is that there's several different characters that they have to you have to follow in this story, and they do it in a way where you can keep track.
Nice, okay.
Which I thought was cool because I don't know how many more characters there are going to be. I did start episode 2. I'm like halfway through episode 2. It's good, shot very well. They put money behind it. They put money behind this fucking show, like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much, but it's Amazon, so they got all the money in the world. I can't wait to finish the series. It just looks good. The acting is great. Walton Goggins, of course,
right?
He's great.
Easy.
That intro was pretty dope. I did like the intro. Fallout always takes place. I guess it had that like old school motif with the like the 50s motif going on.
Yeah, it's always Fallout's always like retrofuturism, right? Like in after World War II, like nuclear power was
everyone was afraid of it.
Right. Everyone was using it. Everyone was using it, and then they were like, "Oh shit, we can make bombs with this shit," and everybody was just bombing everybody, right? Like that's and that's where it takes place, right? Like in a wasteland, because human beings can't fucking control themselves, and Superman 4 didn't exist, so we all bombed each other. But yeah, man, I dig it. Like you said, there's money behind it. It's Jonathan Nolan is I think kind of spearheading some of this. He's Christopher Nolan's brother. He did Westworld.
The name. That's why.
And that's why it's good. that's why it's good. Yeah, man, I'm not usually into retrofuturism, right? Like it just, there's something about the old timiness. I don't like the 60s wasn't good for us, man. I'm not enamored by it.
I feel the racism. Wait, okay,
right. It's not even the 60s. It's the 50s. It was even worse.
It was the 50s. In the beginning of the episode, he had
a black man driving an elevator around for you.
That's his daughter.
He punched in his face when they were like the bomb went off, and he was like, "Ain't no room, nigger." Like that's not what he said, but that's what I felt in my soul when he.
Yeah, I think they just edited that out.
But like
they edited that out for time.
I'm assuming she's mixed.
I'm assuming I'm assuming that's his daughter. Yeah, I'm assuming that's his daughter.
Oh.
Just to let you know that Walton Goggins is a good guy, right? Like he got a black daughter.
I was like, wait a minute. First of all, why is she outside? And where's the mother? Huh? Okay. I felt a little slight bit of racism in the beginning, but like it's of its time, so you know. And then slam cut,
which is weird. Which is weird because like it actually, that time period in the beginning is not like the 50s or the 60s. It's like 2177 or some shit like that.
Right.
But it is, because the main story takes place in 2269.
Oh, okay.
So like once they realized nuclear energy was the way to go, they didn't advance. Right? Like, oh, nuclear power, we got everything, right? That's why they had a robot in the beginning, right? And see, retrofuturism doesn't fucking make sense. That's why I don't it doesn't make sense. Like, people would still advance in technology, you know? Like, all right, but what up?
A little ass like 10-inch television I was watching. Okay.
Right, like what the fuck? Like watching a black and white TV? Like, nigga, what? Like, all right.
We have nuclear bombs. I don't know, man. A flat screen doesn't seem that crazy.
Right.
But overall, this is very good. I thought the trailer looked excellent, so I'm actually not surprised.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this. I'm actually very excited to watch this. And I told my wife there's a lot of violence. And my wife can normally take care of like gun violence, but she's fine with like projectile damage. She don't deal well with like piercing damage. and blunt damage. Right. Yeah, she don't deal well with that. So
she's minus 20. She's minus 20 for close combat. She's more of a rogue player. Like, I'm gonna shoot your ass from over here.
she's not that. But so yeah, I'm gonna get to enjoy this.
You can watch it within a month's time. I'm not even bringing this to the forefront. Like, I'm just gonna watch this.
You're like, don't worry about it.
There's a dude in there that doesn't even have a nose. This is not for you. Don't even worry about it. You got it. Don't even worry about it. You tired?
Before we get to X,
go to bed.
I want to take like 5 minutes to talk about WrestleMania because I'm not going to be on fucking Glenn's Pixels to talk about it.
Okay.
What did you think about it?
Let's do it.
What did you think about WrestleMania? Mike?
Good night, everybody. No,
WrestleMania.
I do not watch WrestleMania.
I thought night one was a little slow, and then night two
it was 35 degrees outside. Them niggas was freezing.
Right. Their heart wasn't in it, man.
I get it.
But night two was. I mean, night two was just fun. It was just fun. The misses. The misses were the brother versus brother match.
That match sucked.
That match was terrible. That match was terrible. It had a shitty start, a shitty build, and a shitty end. The best thing about that match was on night two when them two niggas speared each other off the ramp. Like that was the best part. One, because it looked cool, and two, because it took him out of commission and I had to see him again. I can't stand the Usos, yo. I can't stand them. Ever since they came out, it was like our gimmick now is just that we're a couple of niggas. I've been off. Yeet.
I don't like that. First of all,
I don't like that shit.
He is like
I don't
12 years old. I don't know how he brought that back. I was like, all right, niggas are saying yeet in the WWE. What? Okay.
Yeet.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just yeet. White people catching on to shit 12 years later, but that's fine.
And the only other miss, which wasn't really a miss, but it was a miss for me, it was The Undertaker coming out as one instead of Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? Like, I really needed that.
I feel like that would have been a better pop. Like, Undertaker came out, but
that pop for Undertaker was insane, man.
Now look, if there was I get it,
they would have blew it off in a fucking.
No, if it was Stone Cold, it would have gone crazy. Absolutely.
If that glass would have broke out of dragon punch my goddamn ceiling, man. Like that's. But I look, when the gong hit, I get it, right? But he didn't come out. He came out as like fucking white guy Undertaker, yo. Like, nah, yo. Like, put the hat on, yo. Put the jacket on.
No, you can't have him come out like he started in Survivor Series. That's fucking crazy.
Yes. No, yeah, that's the Undertaker. That's the Undertaker.
You want the ass
I want that old school. Yes, yo. Yes.
Is Paul Bearer still alive? You would bring him out? Oh.
He's not. He's not. But because they had a theme, right? Like Solo, who represented the modern era of wrestling, was taken out by John Cena, who represented the ruthless aggression era, who was taken out by The Rock, who represented the Attitude Era, who was taken out by The Undertaker, who represents the new generation, right? Like, I want to see new generation Undertaker.
Okay, that's a fair assessment, actually.
Yeah, it would have been if it was Stone Cold, it would have been like.
I'd have made an exception. And
the thing about it, like, I understand everyone wanted Stone Cold, but he doesn't necessarily fit in the story outside of his feud with The Rock.
Right?
Does the Undertaker fit?
Undertaker also. Yeah, he kind of, like, Roman Reigns beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
He did beat it. Like, everyone that came into that ring had an issue with the bloodline.
Yeah.
Even the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Technically. So
all right.
Stone Cold just
you won me over.
I mean, look, Stone Cold would have been great. They would have fucking the fucking arena would have blew up. But when you think about it, Undertaker makes a little bit more sense. It was ridiculous as hell, but it was incredibly fun. Like, that was one of the That's a top 5 at WrestleMania match. Like, just in terms of story, like 3 years worth of storytelling is paid off. Rollins coming in with the Shield outfit on. It was. They had a lot of callbacks. Like there's some serious storytelling going on in the WWE right now, which is insane.
Which is wild. And all we had to do was get rid of the fucking rapist.
I was gonna say that.
Really
like,
good.
And I don't follow wrestling almost at all, but I'm slowly dipping my toe into like understanding what the current storylines are. Because I feel like I want to come back. I really do. Kind of miss it. Look, now seems like a good time.
A good time to come back. Honestly,
I mean, now might as well be. Look, if you're gonna come back, this is it.
Post WrestleMania might as well be it. But what I find interesting is like the guys who have done that have really actually been like physically the architects of this shit from the Attitude Era up are now running the show. So like Vince was, he loved wrestling and it was like a family business and whatever, but he was never a wrestler. Like these guys understand the characters, they understand the storylines in a deeper, more personal way. So to have like The Rock and Triple H and these guys actually being the guys writing the stories is it's the same thing, to kind of make it about movies for a second. It's the same thing of why you see the video game adaptations of movies working, because all the nerds who grew up with this shit, and like comic books too, all the hardcore nerds who grew up with this shit, not the people who created it, but the people who were like, they took it and it became very personal to them. Like they're the true fans of the shit. When they get their hands on the shit in their 40s and they have like solid thought processes, you get these adaptations. You're like, wow, look how well this is done, right? X-Men 97 or Fallout and shit like that is because it's made by people who have been fans for decades, who have a real personal interest in it. And I think the same thing you're seeing with WWE. Like it's exactly the same to me. So
also people give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could tell when somebody gives a shit. Like people didn't give a fuck.
They actually give a fuck about it.
Right. People didn't care about video game movies and TV shows and stuff like that because the words video game preceded it. And they immediately were like, well, I can't take this serious.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And but yeah, man, look, WrestleMania was super fun. WrestleMania brought to you by Slim Jim and Snickers and WWE 2K24 and Prime
Dude wipes
and Dude Wipes. Yo, there was a Dude Wipes match and Wingstop.
Of course.
That was a fat nigga. Was the Wingstop? Was that during the fucking with the what's the fuck is the name of that fucking faction? The niggas.
The three black chicks. The three black chicks. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the other one with the tables match. Yeah, the three black women had the Wingstop logo on the fucking side of the goddamn. I'm like, come on, man. That was mad offensive. It was mad offensive. That match was like Jade Cargill. She needs work. She still needs in-ring work. If she's gonna be like a fucking Goldberg character,
I don't want that
because she's got the physique, but like Bianca Belair is just as strong as she is. Huh? Maybe she might be a little bit stronger than Bianca, but Bianca is no fucking slouch, bro.
Like, is she the one with the long braid?
Incredibly, yeah. Like that chick is powerful as hell. Like very strong. It's just that, Jade Cargill has that physique. She just looks like a goddamn goddess. So
yeah, she looks like she looks like an Amazon, yo. Like she's tall, right?
But she's not that tall. That's the other thing. Like
she's not that tall, right? Because Demetrius met her. Demetrius met her, and like he's still very much taller than her. But
she had heels. She had like platform heels on when she met her.
Right.
But it made her probably about 6 feet.
What?
She's like 5'7".
What's her name? Jade.
Yeah, Jade Cargill.
Yeah,
Jade Cargill.
Yeah,
they're all pretty short.
Yeah, they're all pretty short. They're all very amazing. I think they're very talented young ladies, and I wish them well.
They are very talented.
Yeah.
No, but WrestleMania was fucking amazing. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Night 2 was great. Fucking Sami Zayn and his win was dope. Yeah, it was just dope. It was just fun.
Yeah,
like I had
more fun
than this in the last couple years.
Yeah. Even
let the nerds do it.
Even CM Punk didn't get on my nerve. I'm not like a Punk guy, not like a big CM Punk guy, but the match with Drew and Seth,
that
was perfect.
It was a great start.
It was great. It was great. And Samantha Irvin trying to make everybody cry and shit.
There's people that don't like her. I don't understand that. It's very strange.
Yeah, well, guess what? That's the Halle Berry rule, yo. That's Jay's Halle Berry rule.
Wait,
if you don't like Halle Berry,
she's the one who stands like ringside and shit.
She's the ring announcer. Her name is Samantha Irvin. Samantha Irvin.
Oh,
and she's got a great voice.
Nah, you're a racist if you don't like her, yo. Like, you don't think she's attractive, you're a racist. You're a racist. Yo.
Like, it's not even because you see her, but like you hear her more than you see her.
No, I'm looking at her face, yo. If you don't think that woman's attractive, you're racist, yo. You're like,
no, it's not about being attractive. It's not. They don't like her announcing.
No, right. I stand 10 toes down, my nigga, as my daughter says now, because my mom is visiting.
Oh, wow.
Like, she says 10 toes down. I was like, all right, relax. You're 4. No, if you don't like her announcing, you're a racist. I'm sticking with that too. Like, nope. No, this is
oh, man.
I mean, Michael Buffer said that gave her praise for her work. Michael Buffer, yo.
And what has he done in ring announcing that's been important?
Right.
Come on, guys.
Silly ass shit.
Michael Buffer is so fucking popular. His brother got a job announcing too. Like, he was just like, I'm one of the buffers. They were like, just get in the UFC. It's fine. And he's got his own sayings.
Yeah, Earl Hebner's son was like, she does too much. Like, nigga, your father was a better referee. Fuck you. Anyway.
All right, get out of here.
Did
know your name, nigga.
Did the goth muscle mommy, did she win?
She did.
Yes, she did.
Good. She should
yes,
win.
She
I don't
did.
know who she wrestled. I don't care. She should win.
I don't like Becky Lynch. I've never liked Becky Lynch.
Thank you, nigga. Thank you. Thank you.
Is she that like kind of bubbly white girl?
She's Australian.
This one.
She's
Irish or something like that. Irish.
Yeah, she's
you guys don't like her?
I've never been a fan.
I've never been a
fan. And people look at me like, oh, what's wrong with Becky? What's wrong with no, yo? Nah. I've never ever been a fan.
I could see an argument for being a fan.
No, I can't. Not even the way you looking at.
What's that?
Yeah, no.
Not even the way you look.
Not in your fucking superficial toxic masculinity way.
No, I meant
not
she
fan.
wears a leather jacket very nicely. That's all I meant.
Okay.
But she lost.
Oh yeah, I've just never been a fan.
She lost.
She was sick. I think she lost. She was sick, and apparently Rhea Ripley had a fucking panic attack right before she came out.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cold, you know. She had like 103 fever the day before.
Oof, that's okay. Good Lord.
And then they had to go wrestle in wrestling gear and in 40-degree weather. Right.
That's crazy. They need to stop doing the shit outdoors unless they're gonna do it in California or some shit.
Yeah, you can't have they're not football players. You don't need to be like rain or shine. Like, this shit is ridiculous. Like, don't do that. I mean, the women are barely wearing clothes as it is. I mean, Rhea Ripley is.
None of them motherfuckers are wearing clothes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. It's fucking trunks. Yeah, that pin that she does is certainly an interesting move. I remember the first time I saw that video, I was like, "Excuse me." Rewind it. All right, so there you go, WrestleMania. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get back in, man. I feel like I want to get.
You should watch that last match.
That last match,
like,
was crazy.
It was just a fun time.
The Bloodlines match with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, you should watch that last match,
right,
and then The Rock still gets on my fucking nerves. I know everybody loves The Rock right now, but like that nigga really does get on my nerves, man. Heel Rock is the real Rock. Heel Rock is the real Rock.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I feel like it is.
Yeah, no, it's a Batman Bruce Wayne thing. Batman is who he really is. Okay, like he's pretending.
Here's the thing about The Rock. He's almost a billionaire. That's the real Rock.
That's the real Rock.
You don't become a billionaire without being in that.
Nah, he walks around his house in those Versace shirts. He didn't have to order it. He pulled it out of his real ass closet. The fuck out of here. Those obnoxious silk shirts. All right,
fucking bell bottoms. Get out of here, nigga.
X-Men 97 episodes 4 and 5. This is gonna be a big show, just because we were off. Look, I'll let you guys give your thoughts on episode 4 first, just because you guys are both giant video game dorks. Obviously, we all played the X-Men arcade game, but I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that.
I thought it was again. I'm not a huge fucking I don't do comic books, so I don't know if there was a bunch of comic book references or anything. But it looked awesome because I remember I played all the fucking X-Men games as a kid. And then the second part, I was just like, all right. Like, I don't know who the fuck this little bird is at the end of this episode. But it was fine. With her Storm and her theatrical acting.
Yes, well, that's who she is.
Funny. That's my thought.
The only thing about episode 4 that I really wanted a Welcome to Die reference.
Mm-hmm.
From the arcade game. But they didn't do that. And then I thought, well, maybe they didn't do it because they don't want to mention death, right? Because it's a kids show and they don't want to mention the word die or death.
I don't know about that. Turns out they're totally fine with that kind of thing. I thought episode 4 was fun. It was cool that they apparently got the original voice actor who played Jubilee to play the older Jubilee in that episode. Like, she didn't want to come back for the whole series, but having her do that cameo, I thought that was kind of I didn't realize that, but I thought that was a cool thing to do. It was fun. It had one of my favorite ridiculous villains, Mojo, in it. He's just silly. He's just a silly fucking character. I didn't love the voice actor for that character. I don't know. It felt slightly off to me, but otherwise, it was cool. Like, it was some pretty cool, character design and stuff like that. But I enjoyed it. Again, it was another banger episode. But
they're really flexing their animation skills.
They really are
with that.
Well, and not only are they doing that, but they know that they're held back with the animation style of the original series, right? But when they have a chance to cut loose, like in the Madeline Pryor episode with the monsters and shit, like they go for broke. So it is kind of interesting that they kind of balance that. I thought it was dope. I really did. Let's talk about episode 5. Oof. I've seen. This is how I know an article is written by a white person. Bo DeMeo, who was the original showrunner and was summarily fired from the show. Again, I cannot reiterate this enough. Whatever this dude did must have been egregious because this show was so goddamn good. But he came out of fucking Twitter silence, and I'll see if I can find the actual quote from him. But basically saying, like, this is inspired by a bunch of like tragic events. You know, it's obviously based on the comic, but it's also by a bunch of tragic events like 9/11.
You want the quote?
Yeah, go read the quote. That's fine.
My plan was the first half of X-Men 97 of the first. My plan was the first half of the X-Men 97 season is the OG audience's pre-9/11 days, rife with nostalgia and comfort. Then 9/11, like Tulsa or other mass tragedies, turned the world upside down and reminded us the whole world is unsafe.
Yeah, I saw an article and they're like, oh, this is taking inspiration from 9/11. I'm like, so we're just going to skip over the Tulsa Massacre part? Because I think that's a pretty big one, considering what happened and who it happened to. It's a brutal fucking switch in that episode, man. Like, everything's going fine, and then it really doesn't. And it's not a one sort of moment of tragedy. It's just like it hits, and then it keeps hitting for what feels like maybe 15 minutes, and you're just like, can we have a break? Like it was brutal, but it was done in such a way it felt chaotic. Like, even for a cartoon, like it felt really chaotic. You didn't know like who was alive, who wasn't, and like, oh, surely the heroes will come and save the day. Like, not fast enough. Yeah, it was pretty intense. Like, just the way they showed the Wild Sentinels and everything else. Like, all of that shit felt really intense. They did a really good job of building the level of intensity in that episode. I thought it was incredibly well done.
It is yeah, man. It's funny. This is just like classic, really good storytelling, right? Like, you have all this melodrama, right? You have all this it's I can't think of another analogy, but it's kind of like Pearl Harbor, the Michael Bay movie, right? Like, you got, or Titanic, right? Let me use a better movie. Titanic, right? You have all this melodrama in the first half of it, right? And it's just to lull you into a false sense of security, to catch you really off guard for the horrific things that are about to happen. There's, Magneto, having essentially like flashbacks of the Holocaust, right? Like, and him determined to not letting his people fucking die, man. And Rogue, and the love triangle between Rogue and Magneto and Gambit, and what Rogue desires, right? Like, can you imagine not being able to have physical contact with literally anybody for your entire life, or you kill them? Like, that's some psychological, emotional damage, right? Like, that is
very good.
It's so, and then you find this one person that you can have a connection with, but the guy that you really do like, and he's telling you like, yo, this guy's gonna break your heart, but I'm here with you. And then she realizes, yo, of course, everything that I want is right here, and we'll make it work. And then, like, they're just setting you up and setting you up and setting you up for, remember it.
Right. I mean, there are some fucking every episode, Magneto is just barring niggas up every chance. It's ridiculous.
He said something. What did he say, man?
The one woman from the UN is like, most countries would not allow a terrorist to be their leader.
Yes, that's the line I was thinking of.
Yeah, and he was like, it's interesting. Like, most countries let leaders be terrorists. It was like, yeah, now shut your ass up. Go enjoy the party. Get out of here.
You got
out of here, human.
Yeah, and he says this shit and then immediately starts sipping champagne. He's just like, he don't give a fuck. Like, he's written in such a aloof, go fuck yourself kind of attitude. I love it. However they handle him in the live action, you need to mirror what this Magneto is like. Like, this is not. He's not like a megalomaniac. He's just like, no, I don't have to prove that I'm better than you. I am better than you. Like,
I am.
Like, I know I am. I don't have to think about it. I know I'm better than you. And so that, like, he just continues to just be dope as fuck in that regard. But then I love that line from Gambit where he's like, and it kind of runs through Rogue's head because she repeats it. He was like, some things are deeper than skin, right? Like, I don't know if white people get this, but like, message. You know what I mean? It's like there is a commonality between these characters, and they're not just talking about the love triangle, right? They're talking about quite literally, fundamentally, what makes these people what they have in common.
Like it's the reason that like black people walking down the street don't know each other will give each other a head nod. Right.
Yo, look. Let me tell.
Like,
let me tell you. Literally a story that just happened to me the other day. I'm walking into a grocery store. I live in a different fucking country. I'm walking into a grocery store. There's no black people around except for me. I see one black dude. He's walking out of the grocery store. Now I'm in the parking lot walking towards, and he's walking out of the grocery store. We make eye contact. We are 500 feet, 200-300 feet maybe away from each other. Right, he's walking in like towards a different car lane. He sees me, I see him, and it's like, "What's up, dude?" Like immediately, it's just, I'm black, you black. That's it. I don't know him. I'm saying hello to him. He's saying hello to me, as if like you saw a friend of yours walking out of the store that you've known. It is what it is. So like, it's just that common. This is that common thing. So yeah, that ability also, for them to do that is amazing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Look, I know the train has been a little slow. Let me tell you, you better get ready. You better get ready. Because we about to get hyper militant Cyclops, nigga.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
You better get ready.
Look,
he was tight.
Oh, he was super fucking mad, yo.
He was like, yo, I need to get the fuck out of my house.
That whole interview was like, he about to change
like,
that uniform.
Bitch, I'm over here fighting robots and fighting aliens to protect your ass, and just so you can allow me the privilege of being normal. Go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of my house, bitch.
Look. If Cyclops, if this, okay, this is 1997. If Cyclops could have been played by anybody, it would have been Denzel walking directly off the fucking set of Malcolm X playing Cyclops in that scene. He was fucking ready. Are you kidding me? Like, and I'm telling you, I know exactly, I don't know exactly, I shouldn't say that, but here's my speculation. Magneto's going to come back. They're going to come on back to New York. Magneto is going to be on some radicalized bullshit because he's going to be like, nah, look, nigga, I told you. And guess what? Cyclops is going to be like, where do I sign up? Let's go fuck these motherfuckers up. That's 100. He's going to radicalize Cyclops, and Cyclops is all. He don't even really need it. He just needs a little bit of a push. That's all.
Right. He don't need. And that's the thing with Cyclops, because in the old cartoon, right? In like one episode of season 3, he's always shown just a little bit of that, right? It's just little cracks, right? Like, because there's only so much abuse that somebody can take. There's only so much injustice that somebody can take. This is why minorities, black people, we get mad when we see all these black people dying at the hands of cops, right? There's only so much of that bullshit that people are going to take before. That's why riots happen. That's how, and exactly. They touched on it in the cartoon 30 years ago, and now we're about to get the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, you are.
And it's gonna be glorious.
Now here's what will be.
They were about to give birth to a son, and they were like, "Nah, we're not going to fucking service you with this house."
Doctor was like, "No, we're not going to get."
Yeah,
what?
His son got taken away because fucking Mr. Sinister or whatever poisoned his son, so he lost his son. The chick he was
the woman that he
wasn't his wife.
The woman that. And then this Gene, you a raggedy bitch. You a raggedy bitch. Go fuck yourself, Gene. Go fuck yourself.
I get mad at this nigga. Why is he like I know Demetrius made a video. Why is this nigga sleeping on the couch?
Yeah, that ain't right.
Right.
You sleep.
No.
You go sleep on the couch. But
I didn't kiss Wolverine, bitch.
Yeah, you get out. You get out. But look, I wonder if they do a play of having Cyclops go like full on red costume with the fucking X across the face, like radicalized Cyclops. And they use Cyclops and Wolverine's relationship as the sort of mirror image of Charles and Eric, right? Like you actually have Wolverine being like, "Yo, like I don't think this is the right way to go. Like, yeah, fuck these people, but like maybe we shouldn't go that far." It would be interesting because like quiet as kept, Wolverine is really tamped down in this series, like, which is the opposite of the original series. There's a lot of big focus on Wolverine and in the movies where they're really kind of not letting him be the main character, which I actually appreciate. It's kind of nice to see, but I wonder if that's where they let him shine, is that he starts to have this direct kind of conflict with Cyclops, and he's on the side of like, maybe we should be a little bit more reasonable. That would be interesting.
I think you're right. I think we will. I think the show, maybe not in this season, but maybe sometime in the next season will lead to, or maybe at the end of the season, will probably lead to Schism or some sort of variant of that story, which is basically the X-Men Civil War. And I'm for it. Yeah, this show has. I'm amazed at I am dumbfounded at how good this show is.
Every fucking week.
Like even the weakest episode, which was episode 4, wasn't bad. It's just that every other episode is so good.
Yeah.
That what did that guy do, yo? What did that guy do?
I'm saying, it couldn't have been like, oh, he was mean to somebody.
Do, yo?
Nah, yo.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
I saw people heaping praise on him. I'm like, look, that's cool. He praised on the work. Be very careful to heap praise on the man, because nah, yo, nah, slow it down. And it was also nice to see Nightcrawler, by the way. It was nice to see him.
Nightcrawler came back. Is it the original voice actor?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I doubt it. I doubt it. But yeah. Yeah, did we even say what happened to Gambit? That nigga dead, yo.
Yeah. And look, and he went out like a fucking boss too. Like he did.
He did, man. He did. Like, look, I feel bad for hardcore like Gambit fans, man. But he went out the way you supposed to go out, like a fucking man.
Yeah. Like
remember,
that
he went out with a
last scene. But that entire last scene where he took on the Wild Sentinel by himself was fucking insane. I'm like, oh yeah, right. People forget. Isn't he an Omega level mutant? Like,
that's what I was about to ask you guys, because there's a scene in that show in the episode where the Sentinel says Omega level threat, and it starts out on Gambit, and then it switches to Magneto. Remember that part where he was about to just kill everybody? Like his focus was on Gambit and what's her name, Rogue, but then it switches to Magneto. I'm like, is that some kind of tell that Magneto, like that Gambit is a Omega level?
It says that I've seen this article. I mean, this is just some fucking.
I thought.
But they were saying
I didn't think he was.
Level.
I thought I know Magneto is.
Magneto definitely is.
Yeah.
Like Magneto is. Storm is. Obviously, Charles Xavier is. But there's some people who think that he has alpha level, which I guess would be just below that, but he has the potential for be an Omega level threat. I mean, it makes sense if he can charge literally a Sentinel to
anything.
Right.
Yeah, he killed it himself. He just blew that whole thing up his goddamn self. I was like, oh, okay. Well,
that's a
there
problem.
You go.
So
pretty goddamn strong.
I mean, I just thought that was cool. That's the best I've ever seen Gambit portrayed. Like, because playing cards, but like, nah, yo, when that like subway fell down, Gambit like blew it up, like before it landed on them. Like the shit he's able to do is actually pretty impressive. Like, again, it's like nobody thought to have Gambit light up Wolverine's claws. But now you got the people who've been hardcore into this shit for fucking decades are like, you know what would be kind of cool? Well, what if that happened? And that's what we're seeing. Like Magneto using a subway train or a tram or whatever as a whip.
Whip?
Yeah, it's just like, I've just never seen shit like that. I just thought that was dope. But yeah, he went out like a boss. But even just him jumping around with the bow staff and everything, like it it was on some next level shit. It was if you're gonna go out, it was a dope way to go out. But I assume now that Cable is reintroduced into the series, I assume Cable and Bishop are sort of the linchpin to get all of this shit reversed at some point in the season, maybe in the finale or something. Because they're not gonna kill off Gambit like that. That's not gonna happen. But also, like I don't think I've said this on the show, but I think this is what they're going to be like. This all happened when the X-Men go live. This is all their history. Like this cartoon, whatever the fuck goes on there, this is all X-Men history. So when you meet them, all of that shit's already happened. That's my guess. Is like this lineup, that's the live action lineup. And they're just like, all right, we had to go to the future and say like all that shit is all canon. And also, this is wild to say after 5 episodes. This is in the top tier of the MCU. Like, not just shows. I mean all of it. This is in the top tier. This has got to be in the like top 3 of like whatever properties or whatever. Like, this shit is too good. Like, it's too good. It's too good. They ain't missed yet. So, oof. Unfucking believable. But, yeah, we'll see.
Glen Powell to star in Edgar Wright's remake of The Running Man. Is this the Schwarzenegger movie?
Yes.
Schwarzenegger movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Got to be dumb.
Yeah,
I don't want a smart version of this.
Yeah, like The Running Man feels like a movie of its time. Like I'm having a bit of a difficult time seeing that movie being remade. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting flashbacks of the Total Recall remake, and that was not good at all.
I never saw that. I saw the trailer, and that was enough for me. Here's what I would say: Edgar Wright is doing it, who's actually smart and does like pretty funny stuff. I think it has to be like that movie was like a slight commentary. Like the original story is a better commentary, but that movie is barely a commentary on anything. I think if you make it fun, uber violent, and make it a commentary on like reality television and sort of like people's weirdness with TV, I think it could totally work.
But that's kind of what that was. That's what because I watched it maybe last year, the original one, a couple months ago. That's kind of what it was. I mean, they were criminals,
Right?
Fighting, and it was all about ratings. Like, and at the same time, they were really killing each other. So yeah, we live in the world where Running Man could actually take place at this point because everything's reality television. So it could work, but like a lot of that movie was based off of fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger being in it. You know, so I don't know. I guess sure, why not? I just find it. I
like Glen Powell. Like, so I think he could pull it off. Like it, and I actually have more faith in Edgar Wright than anything else, honestly.
You feel like Glen Powell would be a good
yes,
Scott
Cyclops.
Summers?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. The easiest casting of all time, like it's easy.
I think he would work pretty well.
Yeah,
I
mean, he's barely in shape. I saw Top Gun. He might have to work out a little bit to get in shape for the role, but probably be all right. Yeah, no, that's long. I've been like, just choose him. Like, why? Just cast him now so that we can all just like move on. Like, it seems very obvious to me, but yeah, he's a dick. So yeah, it works.
Next up, Julia Garner, who you may know from Ozark. And didn't she play that one woman that was like a scam artist or something like that?
That was one of the worst shows I've ever seen.
Oh, that shit was terrible. Or show, whatever the fuck it was.
That was a Shonda Rhimes show.
It was?
Yeah. She's not a very good She can't do dialogue very well, except for Papa Pope and his little soliloquies that he did in Scandal. And those were only good because of delivery. What he was saying was his delivery was
he was saying he was either saying some wild shit or just some shit that black people have heard a billion times before. We have to work twice as hard to get half as much, right? Like it's all in how he delivered that shit, right?
Yeah.
Julie Garner is set to play the Silver Surfer, a version of the Silver Surfer. Calm down. Alongside Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Eben Moss-Bachrach. The version that she will be playing is Shalla-Bal, and in the normal main continuity, she is Norrin Radd's love interest. The whole reason he becomes a herald for Galactus. But there is a version where she becomes the Silver Surfer in the comics. So calm down.
Already mad.
All you hardcore Norrin Radd fans.
I didn't know that's his real name. I didn't know what his real name was.
Exactly. Most people don't. But most people don't.
No.
So look, I'm down. Look, you whatever. Julia Garner in a skin tight silver outfit. Okay, I guess I'll watch.
Is she gonna have a Southern accent, or is she gonna try to do an accent like in that Shonda Rhimes show? Because was it British or some shit? Like it was real bad.
Didn't the woman herself, like the woman she was portraying, didn't she affect her voice to make it sound more masculine?
So no, you're thinking, no,
that's not that's different, nigga.
No,
that's not the same woman.
No,
who played that woman?
That's the woman.
Who the fuck played her? That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that movie was actually the series was good. Yeah. No, that's the lady who came up with the fucking blood machine that didn't work.
That's the Theranos shit.
Oh, yeah.
She's in jail, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. This was Inventing Anna. That's the show that.
That's it.
That Julia Garner was. Yeah, my wife started watching. I looked at a little bit of that and I said, "That's all you."
Oh, I watched half an episode and I just got up. I was like, "You got it." Like, this shit is terrible. Like, this is really bad. So, yeah, okay. I mean, that's fine. I don't have a problem with this. I think she was very good in Ozark. She's a good actress. So yeah, like we'll see what they do. I don't need.
We'll see what they do. Like some people are speculating that that the Fantastic Four take place on a different timeline, right? Sure. Aside from the Secret Timeline, which is why they've never intervened in anything, which is why this takes place in the 60s or whatever. So yeah, and look, maybe the main continuity will have those Tim Story Fantastic Four. So you still have your male Fantastic Four, male Silver Surfer, played by a black man. Ooh, what is it? What are you more mad about? A black man playing the Silver Surfer or a woman playing the Silver Surfer? What are you mad at? Huh?
But he was still silver. Black voice fine, black face not fine. That's how it works in racist nerd world. Really upset by this. Yeah, look, it's fine. Look, here's the only thing that matters. Is she gonna do Silver Surfer shit? Yeah. Okay. All right. Like that's it. That's all that matters. She's gonna do Silver Surfer shit. Like if she's gonna do that, I'm good. Oh no.
Do you think
with boobs so bad? It's terrible.
I don't think Galactus is going to be mentioned in this story.
No, he is. He is.
He is.
Yes. Yeah. I think Galactus is a really weird place to start. I'm personally not impressed by the classic Galactus story for the Fantastic Four. I'm gonna eat your world. Here's the thing. All right, I'm not going to eat it now, but I'll come back one day and eat it. Like, all right, bye.
Right.
Like
here's the ultimate nullifier. Here's the ultimate nullifier, a fucking universal remote with 2 antennas on it, and he's scared of the shit. All right, man. All right.
I need protein. Here's a remote. Remote. Like, no, it's like I hope they do something different. I always said Mole Man is a better. There's his original first villain. It'd be fun. You could do something actually really fun with it. But look, I'm sure it probably won't be that classic story. They'll try to do something a little different. It's just Galactus is such a weird character to show up and just be like, I'm real big. Okay. Like, you can't get into a fist fight with him. Like, what the fuck are we going to do? Like, it'll be interesting to see how they pull it off. They should just make him a cloud. That would probably go over well. That's scary. It's a scary cloud. All right. Next up.
An R-rated live-action movie based on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin is in development at Paramount. So the Last Ronin takes place in like a not a far-flung future, but like a different, separate future, where essentially there's only one turtle left of the four. And, spoiler alert, you find out it's a mystery because this turtle wears a black bandana and carries all the weapons of his brothers. And it's a mystery, right? Like, you don't know who this particular turtle is. I think like issue 5 or 6, you figure out, spoiler alert, it's Michelangelo. His 4 brothers are gone. And it's a really interesting story. And it's something that kind of takes TMNT kind of back to its PG-13, Peggy 16 roots.
Peggy 16.
The video game people know what that is.
No, I got it.
Yes. and look, it's loved. Everybody loves it. So it'll be interesting to see. I didn't know it was live action. That is very interesting to me.
That's balls.
Like live action is in like the TMNT movies that came out in the last 10 years. Like digital CG.
Well, they're not gonna.
There's only one of them.
Put them in.
They're not gonna have dudes in
suit.
suits.
Rubber suit, and I want to be able to. I want to be able to pause the movie and see the guy in there, like, hey, like, nah, rubber suit. Nah, fuck that. No, just look.
Like practical / digital. I don't know. I'd like to see practical effects. I like practical effects.
It takes a level of real skill to do practical effects. Like, that's just really fun.
Yeah, anybody can just fucking animate something. So it would just be weird if it's this dark, gritty fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and it just looks like the characters from the fucking Michael Bay movie. They look crazy, but I don't know. And they were like 9 feet tall.
I like the designs. They were just too tall, Like,
no, they were overly busy to me. I didn't like how just incredibly busy they were. But okay, like, look, I'm here for a sort of a fun. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be fun necessarily, but a unique adaptation of something you would normally. A couple of years ago, you'd never imagine they would try to adapt this story. So, all right.
Real quick, CinemaCon was going on, and there's been footage of Captain America: Brave New World out there.
Yep.
Footage of basically Cap, played by Anthony Mackie, saving Thunderbolt Ross at the White House, and apparently. And Isaiah Bradley trying to take out the president.
Oh shit! Really?
Okay. Here's a quote from Anthony Mackie. It made more sense for the movie, to be more of a grounded espionage action movie as opposed to aliens and airplanes coming through portals and shit. Even though I've been in so many of them and have seen it all now. The opportunity for Sam to really establish himself as a true action star and Avenger comes with this movie. This movie is a clear reset. It really reestablishes the idea of what this universe is and what this universe is going to be. I think with these movies, you're getting a clear new branding of what Marvel is headed towards, the same way they did with Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Look, you're saying everything You saying all the right shit.
Yeah, you are, buddy.
Armadillo man. You saying all the right shit. And if he's not bullshitting, if he's just not blowing smoke because like it's his job to do so, yeah, I am very much looking forward to this. You know, I know people are like, oh, reshoots. Yeah. Like reshoots happen all the time, man. They're probably reshooting it to get Carl Lumbly to go try and kill the president. And then there's a still of Cap in his new outfit, and he looks dope.
Yeah, no fucking stupid headpiece. I thank God.
Yeah, you don't need that dumb headpiece. Get the fuck out of here. Last up, you told me wait to read this on the show. You titled it "There's No Bigger Ego in All of Hollywood," so I'm assuming this is about The Rock. No, it's about another giant ego. Justice League director Zack Snyder suggests his fans campaign to, quote, release the Snyder Cut of Sucker Punch. Oh my God.
What is he doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Is this
somebody?
Nah.
It's April 11th.
Oh, it's not. He doesn't strike me as a funny guy.
Yeah. 10 days too late for the fools. So here's a quote.
Go ahead.
The only movie I would change is Sucker Punch because it never really got finished correctly. Even the director's cut is not really the correct cut. It's really just an extended version. If I had a chance, I would fix that movie. I have had Here comes the bullshit. I have the footage already shot. I don't believe you.
Okay.
They just have to let me put it together. We ask every now and then. We have to ask again. I think there has to be a window when no one's got the movie.
So this nigga's a terrible director. Right?
Yeah.
If he keeps saying, I got all this footage, the movie I put out wasn't really the good one. I got this footage that I never really got to put out because whatever the fuck. Like, nigga, you suck as a director then, right? Because if you cannot cut a movie to where you like it and you keep saying, oh, I want to release my cut, who's fucking doing it? Who's doing the editing at this point?
And that's the thing, you know? He said the director's cut isn't even the director's cut. Nigga, that's your cut.
Fucking, that's your cut.
Yeah, you made it.
Yo, this nigga's really pissing me off, yo. Like, you really, like, I'm starting to, like, retroactively not like the movies that I did like that you did, nigga. Like, come on, man. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, that's an insane thing to say. Look, and I think, and this may be bold to say, I think objectively, Sucker Punch is a terrible movie. Just objectively. And this idea that you could make a cut of that movie that's good is weird. Like, he has all the scenes shot. So are those all the ones with like good dialogue and good storytelling? And then you left all of that out of the actual movie? Because that movie is just a jerk-off fest to genre films. Like, there's nothing else about it that's worth a damn. Oh, she's in a trance, man. Ninjas and fucking samurais and shit. That's all it is. And look, if I was 12 when I saw that movie, I would have loved it. But I wasn't. And a lot of people weren't. And it's a bad movie. It's objectively a bad movie. It just is. Yeah, you can't complain about making a director's cut and then
the
say
director's cut wasn't even a director's cut.
Shut up.
Nigga, you stop saying things, Joe. You need to be committed. Because you're just not making any sense at this point. Is it just the fans have gotten to his head? Because Arrow was the ones that talking about the Snyder Cut and shit like that, and he's just taking that shit and run with it at this point.
It is. Because you have to have a massive ego.
Yeah, it's just bizarre that you would say some wild shit. That you keep saying that your movies that you've released suck. Right? So let me release a better cut of the movie that I already cut together and released 10 years ago to make it better, or 12 years, however, whenever the fuck. Sucker Punch came out. And then you cut together a movie that was a piece of shit. I think it was your worst movie right next to Sucker Punch in Rebel Moon. And you're like, no, well, the director's cut is a completely different movie. Then what the fuck did you put the first one out for?
Yeah, just do the good one. Just do the good one.
Just put the good one out. Are you getting more money from Netflix? Because it's not in theaters.
Right.
So, okay, whatever. Yeah, this nigga's getting on my fucking nerves. Like, doesn't the second part come out in like 2 weeks or some shit like that? Scarbringer.
I have no idea.
I'm not
watching. One portion
it.
of WrestleMania was brought to us by Scarbringer. I was like, don't do that. What are you talking about?
It's the Scar Giver. If you're gonna shit on this movie,
whatever.
At least
Scar Giver Bringer. Who gives a fuck?
Try to get the shitty name right. Look, I'm not watching that movie. I'm not watching it. Like, I'm not. Like,
comes out next week.
I don't care. I don't care. Like, right. I'm normally a completionist, but I'm not watching it. No thanks. Nope.
Yes, Zach, knock it off. Like,
the
no
second
one
one's a war
this.
movie. All right. Well, you let me know. Okay. You let me know how it goes. I ain't watching that.
What was the first one?
Trash.
I still don't know what the fuck the first one was.
Trash.
This nigga is taking the Final Fantasy remake rebirth approach and made the first hour of a movie into the first act of a story into a whole movie, and then another movie with the rest of it. Like, it's just weird, man. It's just weird.
No thanks. No thanks.
I'm good.
The Matrix 5 is in the works. Okay. It will be agreed. Drew Goddard, Oscar-nominated screenwriter for The Martian, Micah's wife's favorite movie for some weird reason. Who also directed The Cabin in the Woods. I don't hate that movie. What's that?
I don't hate that movie.
No, it's a perfectly fine movie. I just think it's funny that it's like your wife's favorite movie. Like, she loves that shit. He also directed Cabin in the Woods, which was also very good.
Great, yeah.
Has been set to write and direct the new Matrix movie for Warner Brothers. The franchise original co-scribe and co-director Lana Wachowski is executive producing. Did
either of you watch that last one?
Yep, I did.
Yes.
That shit was fucking terrible.
I didn't think it was terrible, but it was definitely worse. It was definitely worse the longer I thought about it.
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, that shit was terrible.
It felt like it didn't know
what the fuck is going on.
Like, I think that's the right question. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, the story with Agent Smith made no sense. It ended where the first movie ended, with no level of resolution whatsoever. I think if you're going to do The Matrix, you either need to do an interesting story ending the series, or you need to do an interesting story of characters inside the Matrix, right? I have this Matrix story in my head that I've been like thinking about for years that isn't about the principal characters. And I think that's the way you make it interesting. Don't do something about the principal characters. You literally have a universe where people can do anything. Why are you still bothering with these 5 or 6 characters? It seems silly to me. If anything,
I assume that's what this is going to be.
I hope so, because I do think you could do a very cool Matrix movie. You just have to move away from Neo and Trinity and those guys. Like, you have to do something else.
Keanu Reeves just looked completely checked out in that last movie. He was like, I don't even have a nigga.
I think Lana Wachowski was checked out.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she's like, I don't fucking give a fuck about this shit no more. I did this 25 years ago. Yeah. The thing about the Matrix is it came out at a perfect time. Like, first of all, the story was great, and then like the visual effects. That's what made the Matrix a special movie. That's why the other two, well, they're all right, I guess. They just don't stack up to the first one. Like the first one was shit we had never seen before.
Yeah, quite
with literally. A wild story. We never saw shit like that before. That's why it's such a great movie, and like the undertones of it, the story and shit like that. It's just a great movie. So trying to recreate that with all of these sequels, that's why that last one was just. What else can you do? Like, you can do other stuff, but it's like you're trying to like go back to the glory days of the first one, and at this point, the way visual effects are, We've seen everything.
Yeah.
What are you going to do different that we haven't seen to make it special?
I'm telling you, like, the only way you do this, and Micah's has been blacked out because, of course, the only way you can do this is by pulling it away from those main characters. You have to give people a reason to be interested in the universe again. And if at the end you're like, we're still fighting the machines, it's like, yeah, we all been fighting the machines since the first one. You flew off at the end in the first one, and then you did it at the end of the fourth one. Now there's two of you. Like, okay,
like that conflict is no more. It's not fun anymore. It's like, who cares? Like, are you gonna beat them or not? I don't give a fuck about you fighting the robots in Zion outside of the Matrix.
Yeah, I feel like we need to figure out where is the real world, right? Like, how many fucking versions out of that do you need to get to the real world? Then show characters there and inside the Matrix or whatever. Like, have them actually break out of this shit, like in a real meaningful way. But look, I think Drew Goddard is a talented dude. Like, I think the best thing for the Matrix, honestly, if you're going to continue doing these movies, is to take it out of the hands of the Wachowskis. Give somebody, again, it's like the video game adaptations. People who grew up and love this shit, who have these crazy cool ideas, let them direct it. Because then they can see it. The Wachowskis are too close to it. Like they can't see past it. So
The Matrix is 25 years old.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Last time I talked to you on this show, one of the characters dying in Bad Boys makes you question your own mortality. Yeah, shut up. All the things we love are getting old. Speaking of that, they're doing another hero show, guys. They're trying. Heroes Eclipsed. Apparently there was a Heroes, there was a second hero show. I didn't know that. So yeah, the original Heroes came out in 2006, which is insane.
Really?
Yeah. There was Heroes Reborn, and now they're trying to shop around Heroes Eclipsed. Are they going to get the same Asian dude who loved the Nissan Versa? Like, is that they're bringing Hero back for this one? Mohinder, is he going to be in it? Yeah. Look. Okay. This is weird. I don't think I need this. Are you guys big fans of this series?
I'm not gonna lie. I did watch it. I watched that first season, and I don't remember much of it, but I remember the ending not being that great.
That is correct.
I remember this being just like most shows on network television like this. Genre shows on network television, they start out really good or at least very interesting, and then they just like smoke monsters and shit. like it doesn't, they don't stick the landing. And so yeah, look, I'm not upset at it, but this is it's being shopped around. It might end up on NBC. I mean, I don't like NBC network TV shows, man. Like, I watched a couple episodes of that new Quantum Leap show. It's just like, just it doesn't feel the same to me. And look, maybe that's me, right? I'm old, stuck in my ways, and I don't like change.
No, they just canceled it. It wasn't just you.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't just you. Yeah, people were like, yeah, we're done with this. Get the fuck out of here.
Network television just has a different feel to it. Like, we've got so much like we just talked about Fallout, how amazing that is. I mean, it's not network television, but it's not theater, not in the movie theaters. All of the stuff we watch, HBO, Hulu, all those other streaming services, It's better content.
Yeah.
Like network television is just, what do you call it? Like candy, like the M&Ms. What do you call it?
Jelly beans.
It's jelly beans.
Yeah, jelly beans. That's all network television. Like there's some very funny like comedies. Like Abbott Elementary is a great show.
Yes.
That's the only thing I watch on
Jesus
ABC.
Christ,
That
my
show
wife,
is so good.
I mean, she was ready to divorce me if I didn't start watching that show with her. I mean, goddamn. It's like it takes place in Philadelphia. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but
It's like all those shows.
Your
like
hate for
9/11.
Philadelphia runs deep. It's like, nah, I can't even watch this show. Somebody,
You know what?
Somebody in the comments of this article said, "Yeah, you guys remember how shitty Heroes was? You guys remember The Cape?" I was like, "Wow, I do."
Oh shit! I do remember The Cape.
Yeah, buddy.
God,
The what?
The Cape. It was another
yeah,
shitty
superhero
show. Yeah. But again, they were trying desperately to kind of capture that fucking zeitgeist. They didn't.
2011. Yeah. What the fuck is with this nigga's outfit, dog? Come on, man.
This is the best they could do.
You
This
mentioned-
is the best they could do.
You mentioned HBO. Have you guys been watching Curb Your Enthusiasm? Like, it's over now.
No.
Yeah, I finished it. I knew I
Finished it.
the end of the second episode, the end of episode 1. I knew what the ending was going to be of the season 12. I knew what the ending was going to be. I just needed to know how I was going to execute it.
Yeah. A nice little
shows-
mea culpa. That show's really-
Now, I don't even know if it's a mea culpa. I think it was a fuck you.
Yeah.
to it, honestly.
yeah, pretty much.
Because that's just Larry David.
I mean, it's very weird that you guys keep mispronouncing that word. It's mea culpa, but go ahead. Anyway. Whatever.
And it's cool because like I just watched the entire series within like the last 2 months, so everything was fresh.
Everybody's fresh in your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, there you go. All right, next up. So yeah, I guess we're all good on the new Heroes franchise. All right.
I mean,
guys.
whatever.
You guys are real jerks about it. So apparently Sony is, they are planning to do 28 Years Later, which is the second sequel to 28 Days Later, and obviously there was 28 months later, weeks later, I can't remember.
28 weeks later.
Weeks later. So they're going back and doing 28 Years Later, where Danny Boyle and what's his face, Alex Garland are reconnecting to do that. But that's the beginning of a trilogy. So Nia DaCosta will be directing, is in talks to direct the second film of that trilogy. Obviously, Nia DaCosta probably mostly known at this point, unfortunately, for the Marvels. But before that, she did Candyman, the new Candyman movie, which was actually really great. So that's cool. Her going back to horror stuff is dope because I thought Candyman was very good. It had a good creep vibe to it. And it was smart. So, yeah, that's fine by me.
The Marvels was good too. I like the Marvels also.
Yeah, it was okay. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was her strongest.
Yeah. No. But yeah, we can do anything. And I'm glad that, she has this opportunity.
Yeah.
I just wish we lived in a world where like people wouldn't immediately write this off. But
sure 'cause
it
Candyman
is
was
what it
really
is.
bad, guys. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
They
look,
made
I think,
Candyman woke. They made Candyman woke, the original movie about a slave who was in love with a woman, and they were like, "No, fuck you, nigger! I'm gonna cut your goddamn hand off." Over there painting pictures of my white woman. Get the fuck out of here! And
yeah,
nothing woke
if
about-
somebody ever said they made Candyman woke, that's one of the worst takes. That's saying the Exorcist woke. Like that's insane. Like the whole point of that movie is all right. Just just missing the forest and the trees. You ain't catch none of this shit. So yeah, look, I think it's cool. It'll be interesting. I'm fascinated to see where they go in that. Like, what is the trilogy? Is it all a trilogy of what's happening in 28 years later, or do they keep going into the future? Be kind of fascinating. Next up, Supergirl movie finds director in Craig Gillespie which is interesting, right? This guy did Dumb Money, and I heard that was good.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I heard it was good.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was good. Yeah.
He also did Disney's Cruella and I, Tonya. I've seen I, Tonya, and he did Pam and Tommy. I saw that series as well. I, Tonya and Pam and Tommy were both really good. I, Tonya was excellent, actually. That was with Margot Robbie playing Tonya Harding. Like that shit was actually very good. Look, here's what I'll say about this. The guy is a talent, and this is gonna probably come off in a way that I don't mean it to. I'm glad that they're not just sticking with going with a director just because it's a woman for a Supergirl story. You know what I mean? Like, because that seems to be the standard. You got to do a Wonder Woman movie. It's got to be a woman. You know, like you're doing a black film, like a black hero that's not Black Panther. Like I get that, but like if you're doing Blade, you got to choose a black director type of shit. Like you don't actually have to do the person who's the best for it. And I mean that going the other way too, right? Captain America doesn't always have to be directed by a dude. So yeah, look, pick the person who's best for it. Like this guy has done stories that are focused on female characters and making them actually complex and not just flat. Cruella DeVille and like actually making it super interesting and kind of digging into that character. Tonya, like Tonya Harding is a villain, but actually showing like her abusive childhood and all this other shit that she went through. So the guy clearly can flesh out a really good story. And Pam and Tommy was interesting. Just those two were fucking crazy, but it also showed how much of a fucking piece of shit Tommy was in that relationship. So yeah, all right, cool. I like it. I'll be interested to see what they do.
Yeah, I get it. You don't want female directors to have big shots. I understand. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I don't get it, but you do you, buddy.
Yeah. As your screen goes black, like as you slide off.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't getting canceled. Get out of here. Yeah. I don't want to be associated.
What was misogynist? What was it? When what is her fucking name? Julie Delpy was like, it's really hard being a woman in Hollywood. And like, at least if you're black, they give you a chance and they don't boo you. And dude from Succession was like, I'm out. Nah, you're not gonna put me you're not gonna put me next to this shit. Get the fuck out. And I like Julie Delpy. I'm like, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? It's hard being a woman in Hollywood. I'm like, I agree with you. I'm sure that it is. You know black women exist, right? Like, are you unaware of this? Like, okay, cool. Double minorities. Yeah. He was like, no. No one's going to mistake me for being in agreement with you. Get the fuck out of here. Last but certainly not least, quote, too much to bear. Black actors condemn racial abuse of Romeo and Juliet star Francesca Amawade Rivers, who is going to be playing opposite Tom Holland in a theatrical version of Romeo and Juliet. And white people are big fucking mad about it. So Lashana Lynch, Sheila Adam, Marion Jean-Baptiste are among 883 signatories of a letter alongside actors, blah, 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 Wunmi Musaku, who's the only one I know. And the letter reads, quote, too many times black performers, particularly black actresses, are left to face the storm of online abuse after committing the crime of getting a job on their own. Yeah, so she's just going to play Juliet in a Romeo and Juliet play, and white people got mad. I'm glad that when we say that white people get mad over the dumbest shit, and they go, no, we don't, that they prove us right every single fucking time.
Right.
Every time. Nigga, Romeo and Juliet are not real. They're so not real that they made a movie called Gnomeo and Juliet, and they were gnomes. Okay, like, and you didn't care because they're not real. Like, didn't Trauma made a Romeo and Juliet movie? Like, Trauma did. So,
Man, Juliet's been done so many fucking times.
Yeah.
They weren't really mad. Who's like? There's no way. They just saying just racist shit just to be racist, right?
I mean, this is
just to
an
be
excuse.
just to be edgy.
Yeah, it's just an excuse. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio was in one, right? White people love that one.
I actually like that one.
I've never seen it.
You ever seen Romeo and Juliet? What was it, 97?
96. Close.
96, 97? Yeah, that was a good movie. I enjoyed it. What's his name was in it? I forgot his name. Mario. Luigi Mario was in it.
Oh, John Leguizamo?
John Leguizamo was in it, yeah.
As what?
Capulet? I don't fucking know. I don't know the name.
Teobaldo. I don't remember the characters. Romeo and Juliet is probably my least favorite Shakespeare story. Fuck teenagers. Yeah, it's
Tybalt.
Tybalt, yeah.
Yes,
yeah. Look,
Tybalt.
Do a real story. Do Macbeth. It's the best one anyway.
Yeah, Harold Perrineau was in there as Mercutio. He was a nigga, like, right?
Nope. Bad.
Take him out. He's the worst part of it. So I suspect. Jamie Kennedy was in that movie. Y'all didn't complain about that, so shut the fuck up. Okay, that's as far as I'm concerned. Yeah,
Baz Luhrmann directed that.
Yeah, that's why I didn't see it. That's why I didn't see it. I don't like Baz Luhrmann. I don't. Look. You
didn't like him in '96? Did you even know he was in '96?
No, I don't. You know what it is? I don't like modern music being like rap songs and shit being sung in movies, like old school shit. It bothers me, yo. Like, I don't. I saw Moulin Rouge up until the point where they sung some rap song like 3 minutes into the movie. I was like, I have to turn this off. Like, I can't. I hear Elvis is great. I'll never see it. I don't like Baz Luhrmann. I don't.
I watched about 35 minutes of it, and I'm like, I don't care. It was like, I don't really care too much to finish the movie.
I get it.
Like, Tom Hanks looked weird in that fucking makeup. I was like, I'm done.
And doing a very weird accent, I heard. It's like, why are you doing that?
It's fucking bizarre. All right. So he did sound like the dude, though. Like, if you see like interviews of the guy, he was fucking. He wasn't too off. That dude was a weird guy.
Well, Tom Hanks is an incredible actor. Yeah, look, leave this woman alone. Leave this young black woman alone. Let her do it. This is fucked up.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Again, you niggas have nothing to do. Motherfuckers have nothing
also,
to do.
Like, why is it only 883 people? Like, literally everyone should have signed it.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's I think it's mostly from what I understand, it's predominantly black, female, and non-binary actors who signed it.
Well, guess what?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was specifically for them.
All you people who want to call yourselves allies, now's the time to form an alliance and fucking
so
sign
weird way to say
shit.
that word. Why'd you say that?
and you know, like, I don't know what they are planning on doing, but they need to, you know, even Ewan McGregor came out. I mean, he did it in like the most like not half-assed, but like, I mean, he did it in his car, right? But he came out and spoke on the fact that this black woman was cast as a villain in his Star Wars show. And he was like, what the fuck, guys? Like this is how like out of touch he is. He's like, wait, what? Like, you're mad about this? What? Huh? What? You mad that she's black? Like, no, we don't do that here in Star Wars.
We hire one black person per trilogy. That's what we do. We
And
find
much
the most
like my
popular black
screen-
guy, and that's it.
Yeah, let's hire Billy D, and who thinks it's cool for white people to do blackface.
Wait, what?
Blackface. The fuck, man? Yeah, he said it's acting. There shouldn't be any issue with people doing blackface because it's acting.
All right, Billy.
You're 97 years old. You should know better. Like, what are you talking about?
We're just robbing niggas.
Okay.
Like, all right.
I can't wait to see the strapping young white man. They're gonna get to play me.
Yo, come on, yo, Billy D, yo, stop. Get away from the microphone. Yo, that's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous thing to say. What is it? Who's the black actor who just? Oh, it's Morgan Freeman. I don't ever need to hear Morgan Freeman talk about race ever again. Oh, you're tired of racism? Just stop talking about it. Really?
Well, just don't talk about racism, and it'll all go away.
Like your life.
The fuck?
From the cops. The fuck are you talking about, man? Go back
the
and
guy
have
that said-
sex with your step granddaughter, you creep. Get out of here. He did.
It's the guy that played a character that said, "I ain't got to do nothing but stay black and die."
Yeah, like what happened?
Right.
To that? Contrary to popular belief, I'm the head nigga in charge. Guess Benson told his ass, and that was the end of that. All right, let's just because we're running low on time here, let's just jump straight into trailers. We'll get back to what the fuck next week. Trailers this week: Speak No Evil. This one starring what is his? What's it? James McAvoy. Yeah, this looks really fucking creepy, man. I'm here for this. This looks like my type of horror movie.
Is a remake, which I actually watched last year. It's a Dutch
really?
movie.
Interesting.
Yeah, I watched it last year. They're not going to go as hard as the Dutch movie went. First of all, they showed way too much in this trailer, and I think they're changing it a little bit. They're not going to do the same ending as the Dutch movie. They not for American audiences. They're not going to do it. It's a good movie. It's really fucked up. But they're not gonna I'm gonna watch it just to see the differences. I can already see the differences that they're doing in the trailer. They're doing a little bit too much in the trailer, honestly. But it's a good movie. Like I think I don't know. You guys might like it, the original, but you may not want to watch the original first because if you see this one and you're like, it just wasn't as good.
Okay.
But I'm gonna watch it. But yeah, it's definitely not going to do the original ending. I can't imagine they do the original ending.
Yeah, this looks well. Looks well.
When did James McAvoy turn into Gerard Butler?
Well, he needed.
He kind of does look like him, Like he's kind of beefed up now. It's like, yeah, he ready to defend the president. Like he ready to go in and save him. He's 2 steps away from that shit. This it's got a good creep vibe. He's very good at being a fucking weirdo, man. Yeah. Like, he's got that creepy smile. He's like,
yes, it is a smile. It's a little weird. I'm like, I don't trust you.
Yeah, please stop doing that. Please stop doing that. Feels uncomfortable.
Like he did that smile in what was it? The Split or when he played the multiple personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I hope it's good.
Yeah, he's got a creep vibe. It's a good cast though. Mackenzie Davis is very good. Was that Scoot McNairy as well? Who's also excellent. So yeah, okay. And actually, Scoot McNairy really doesn't do bad performances. The only one he did was he was in that god awful Batman versus Superman movie, which was not his fault. I believe he left the jar of piss, which was real.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he was in a wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool. Next up, Fly Me to the Moon. This is Scarlett Johansson and Mr. I'll Never Be live action Gambit, unless it's a gag in the new Deadpool movie, Channing Tatum. He could never. Yeah, this looks interesting about sort of, I don't know how true this story is, but NASA basically needed a salesperson to kind of sell the American public on the idea of going to the moon. And Scarlett Johansson is the person they go to do that because she's some sort of marketing person. And Channing Tatum is an astronaut. What did you guys think of this?
It seems like a very inoffensive. It feels like The Martian, right? It's just inoffensive and stars a bunch of people who just kind of like, hey, you could tell everybody had a real good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no stress on the set.
Day at work. It's no stress at all. I see who's directing it. I was going to watch this.
Wait,
I'm like, all right, this will be something me and the wife can watch. Greg Berlanti is directing it.
Okay.
And that kind of kills it.
Yeah, all right. Got it. I know exactly what this movie is. Cool.
Oh, all right. Well,
I mean,
so
I didn't feel anything. I was just like, okay, it's a movie. That's how I felt. So,
all right, that's cool.
And like normally, I don't mind light movies like this, but like they got to be funny, right? Like that Pop-Tart movie is going to be a light movie, right? Kind of breezy, right?
It feels very similar to this in a lot of ways,
right? But it has people, but it has people in it that I think are at least going to make me laugh. And I like Jerry Seinfeld, so I'll give it a shot. But this doesn't. I don't know, man. Plus, I shouldn't have saw who was directing it because now that I see that Greg Berlanti.
Are you hoping this is going to be more like The Flash or one of the DC?
It would be
TV
Arrow
shows?
or.
Oh yeah, it could be Arrow.
Yeah.
The Cape. Never know. Yeah. It's a no for me, dog. Like, I'm good. Next up, A24's upcoming Maxxxine, starring Mia Goth. Yeah, this looks really good. I haven't seen the other two movies in this trilogy, but look, I'm a fan of the '80s setting, and this looks great. Like, this looks fun to me. In a fucked up kind of way.
Yep, I can't wait. I like this. This set of movies, and this is going to be the third in the trilogy. Yeah, this is cool. I like the storytelling of these movies. I like how he was able to connect these movies. And this is what is this, like a mystery crime? Would this be?
I would consider it a like a slasher,
thriller,
like a whodunit slasher.
Whodunit slasher.
You know what I mean? And like a more serious version of what Scream is. You know what I mean? Like where you don't know who the killer is.
Right.
And I love that. Those are my favorite types of slashers. Is the whodunit slasher? Like I love those Scream movies. Like as bad as some of them really are. I love those movies, and I love the idea of like trying to figure out who is the person doing all the killing and what convoluted superpowers they have to be able to be in two places at once and shit like that. So I'm very much looking forward to this.
Know who the killer is in this movie, right? It's the Night
no, the Night Stalker. That I don't think we know who the killer is in this movie, but we're not supposed to know.
That was fucking what's his name, Richard Ramirez, in the '80s in California. Is that not who this is going to be?
I don't.
That's what they call
this is going
in real life.
I don't know if that's who this is going to be. I thought it was like an inspiration. I thought this movie was taking inspiration.
Okay.
God damn it!
It was just Richard Ramirez. So I don't know. Maybe it's not, and now she's got to take him out. Maybe it's like an alternate universe where she kills the dude.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, but anyway, I can't wait for it. It looks good.
All right, Micah. Last but certainly not least, what is this? Joker Florida Lee? What's the French pronunciation?
How do you pronounce this?
Madness for two. Let's just call it Madness for two.
What is it? Joker Foie Gras? What's the proper pronunciation?
Folie A Deux. Folie A Deux.
Yeah. All right. Exactly what
Madness for two is what it literally translates to. Look, look, guys. I've never seen Joker.
It's not a bad
I've never seen Joker. For some reason, it just
pretty
seemed
good.
Yeah,
it seemed pretentious to me, and I never saw it. So
it's not pretentious. Like that's the thing is, it's not. It actually doesn't. To me, it doesn't come off as pretentious at all. It's just it's serious. Like he's trying to make a serious movie, but it's not. I don't think it's pretentious. It's not the most important movie in the world. Is that one? Is there anything more important than Joker right now? And yes, there are a million things more important.
And then the fandom, right? The fandom kid. It seemed a little pretentious, but I'm a little pretentious, so I don't necessarily mind that. But two, the fandom of people who just don't get things, they love this movie.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
I'm like,
yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know if I want to even bother with this. So, but you guys say it's good. I'll watch Joker. I'll try to watch it before next week, and give you my review. I will strike while the iron is cold, and I will give you my review of Joker next week. But this just seems like more of it with like a lot more music. Like, isn't this supposed to be a musical?
This is a straight up musical, yeah.
Something like that. I don't know if it's a straight up musical.
Not like I'm singing every word, like not like that. That would be ridiculous. But it is a musical.
All right.
It's like they're in an insane asylum at this point, right? They're clearly in an insane asylum. They're in their Arkham Asylum, right?
Yeah.
Him and Harley Quinn. So are these all going to be like, in their head singing together? Because that's the only way I'm going to be able to accept this.
I think a lot of it is just sort of delusional madness.
You're right.
Doesn't that seem pretentious? Doesn't that seem a little bit pretentious? Doesn't that seem like it's like?
I mean,
like
that's
a little
in the comics.
punches?
They're fucking two fucking psychopaths together. Like,
but doesn't that seem a little sucker punches though? Doesn't that seem a little sucker punchish?
I feel like you haven't watched Sucker Punch in a while.
All this cool shit is in their head.
I mean, that's fair.
What is that? I want to know what the fandom is going to think of this movie because there's going to be a lot of singing and shit. I don't know if they're going to accept that.
I agree with that. That will probably be the most interesting thing is these fucking dork dickbags that don't watch real movies. They only watch comic movies and fucking action films. That's the only thing they watch. It'll be interesting to see what their take on this is. Now that being said, I actually think it's actually a fairly well done trailer, right? I think it's an interesting trailer. Like, clearly Harley isn't sort of standard Harley of like she's a doctor and falls in love with him and everything else. She's just another insane patient, which I think is interesting to just kind of go that route. I'm not going to pretend that Lady Gaga can't fucking act. And can super deliver when she needs to in movies, and she can sing her ass off. So I don't know that.
Well, I'm not worried about that at all. She's a great actress.
Yeah,
right. But I think she may elevate this in a different way. But it'll be interesting to see Todd Phillips direct this movie without using a complete blueprint like he did with the last movie. Right. I don't think that Joker, the original, has much to say, like it's just commentary on the world. I don't actually think it does. I think maybe
we live in a society, Jay.
Yeah, like what's the most important thing? So I don't actually think it has a lot to say. As far as like a larger narrative. But besides, like this guy's fucked up, and society might make you fucked up if the right circumstances are aligned. But I'm hoping that now that he's not using a direct blueprint, that he uses this to actually say something. And it can't just be, the world is sad. Like, maybe use it as a commentary on their fucked up relationship in the comics, because it is fucked up. It's not couple goals. So that would be kind of interesting. But we'll see. We'll see. I enjoyed the first one just fine. I didn't hate it. I know there was more people pre-hated that movie than anything else, or pre-loved it, which is also equally as fucking stupid to me. But yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. But I'd like to see him try something different. And I think it's a fascinating trailer from switching gears a lot from the first one. So we'll see.
I like the last shot in the trailer.
Yeah, it's a clever
she draws the
lipstick on the
where she draws the lipstick on there.
Yeah.
All right, I'll break down and watch this fucking uppity ass movie.
Oh yeah. The guy who said, "I'm here for the gangbang" in that one movie, making pretentious art now. Sure.
Right. Like, come on, yo.
I'm here for the gangbang. That's his most famous on-air performance. So yeah, Terrence, what are your overall thoughts on this?
I enjoyed the first one. Again, I'd like to see exactly how musical this is going to be. It looks great. Like, the trailer looks great. I love Lady Gaga. I'm gonna watch it. Hopefully, it can at least be as good as the first one, if not better.
It would actually be dope if this actually turns out to be better than the first one, and it's a fucking musical. Yeah. Like that would be a wild turn. All right.
What's they said it's a jukebox musical. What does that mean? Like, they're just going to be playing like contemporary songs?
Oh God, please don't. That's some Baz Luhrmann shit. Please don't do that. Like,
What is that? A jukebox is a show that utilizes previously popular songs of a certain era or artist. Okay.
Kind of like the trailer, right? Like the song in the trailer is, what the world needs now is love, sweet love, and so it's basically going to be a bunch of stylized needle drops.
Look, I don't need them singing like "Ball with the Ball" or some shit like that at some point. Like, I'm gonna be bothered by it. Like, don't do that. What's that fucking movie? Moulin Rouge. They had.
Moulin Rouge is considered a jukebox.
I fucking hated it. They did a rap song, yo. What? It was so bad. What was the song? They did some of the songs sampled, including "The Show Must Go On," "Nature Boy." Yeah, that's right. They sung "Lady Marmalade," and I was like, "Off. Turn this off. Turn it off." Yeah, with the fucking Little Kim, Pink, Christina Aguilera cover. I was like, nah, nope, I'm done. Thank you very much. Fuck right off. Like a Virgin, Material Girl. Nah, yo. If any of that shit's in it, I'll walk out of this movie. I swear to God, I'll walk out. If they play a song that came out after 1995, I'm gonna be fucking mad. I'm gonna be big mad.
Well, get ready. That might be what it is.
Nigga, if they sing a Future song, I'm gonna fucking burn the theater down. Like, nah. I'm not listening to Joaquin Phoenix sing Mask Off and shit like that. Like, get out of here. Although, look, he sang. Obviously, she can sing, and he did all the music and Walk the Line, and he was great in that. So it's not like he doesn't have the talent to pull it off. So why does it have to be a fucking jukebox musical? God damn it! Fuck. Please don't do it. Yeah. If I find out they consulted Baz Luhrmann, I'm gonna be pissed.
Mamma Mia is considered a jukebox musical. I think this movie is going to be just like Mamma Mia, guys.
I've never seen Mamma Mia.
I don't know. Never heard of it. I mean, I know what it is. I've never watched it.
No.
Didn't look like it was quite my speed. So,
nigga, they covered "Smells Like Teen Spirit" in Moulin Rouge. Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's okay.
Get out of here. Baz Luhrmann sucks. All right, that is it for us. We will be back next week with another episode.
See ya.
See ya.